So are you unsure about how to clean your airbrush? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you how I go about cleaning out my brushes. Let's get into it right now. So the airbrush that I'll be using in today's video is the Iwata HPCS Eclipse. If you don't have this airbrush, but you've got something similar, meaning another gravity feed airbrush, then you can still follow along with this, as most parts will be very similar. However, if you're using a suction feed airbrush like this Sparmax here, then you can still follow along with the cleaning method. It's just that instead of the color cup on the top, you will have the jar underneath that you would need to clean. Everything else is pretty much the same. And the paint that I'm using is Trident water-based airbrush colors. So once you've been airbrushing for a while, your airbrush is going to get dirty. Plus you also have to switch between colors. I do have another video which I'll link up in the description below, which will show you how to quickly and easily flush through between colors. So I'm just going to airbrush for a little bit, get this airbrush dirty so that we need to clean it. Okay, so the first thing I like to do once I've finished airbrushing is I like to save the paint, and if you haven't mixed it with another color, even if you've got a bit of reducer in there, that's fine. I tend to just pop it back in the original bottle. If you'd prefer not to mix it with the already reduced color, then you can just get a spare empty bottle and put it in there to store it for safekeeping. So once you've tipped your paint back and you're ready to start cleaning, I like to just use water. You can get something like this, just a sauce bottle from any cheap shop. You can also use bottles like this, and I just label them. You can see this one here I use for airbrush cleaner, and then the smaller one here I use for the reducer. All of these items will clean the airbrush with ease when using water-based paints. If you clean regularly, water will be fine. You can definitely use that throughout the day when you're airbrushing. If you find that you've got some stubborn blockages, then you could switch to an airbrush cleaner. Something like the Trident airbrush cleaner here, which is heavily concentrated, so you just mix this down with some water, or you can use it straight. But I tend to just do that if there is a stubborn blockage, and at the end of the day I'll just give it a flush through with some cleaner. Another thing that's really good is using the Trident reducer. That works really well, but it's a lot cheaper just to use water or cleaner. You'll also find that other brands of paint will have their own cleaners and reducers, so just look into it. And for automotive paints you would need to use a gun wash to clean, but that's a whole different story and it's a lot more toxic, and that's why I like to focus on the water-based products. And when cleaning my brushes, I like to use a cleaning pot. There's many different brands and models available. Here's a couple that I like. So you've got the Iwata cleaning pot. The good thing about this one, I'll just show you, is it has the Iwata rubbery case around the glass jar. It also has the filter section, so you can easily replace your filters. They're there to trap the overspray, but you'll find that all of them will pretty much have the same features. It's just whatever brand you prefer and how much you wish to spend on them. The Sparmax one is the one I'm going to be using in this video, and it also has same sort of setup with the filter and everything. It just doesn't have any protector around the glass jar, but it's not a big deal. So you can definitely see it's well used. It also usually has a holder here, which I don't use at all, so I always take that off, and you can see what an old crappy filter looks like, which definitely that one needs replacing. The good thing is they do give you some replacement filters, so I'll switch that over now. Again, I'll just show you the difference. So what I'll do is I'll leave this one in. I'll use it just to demonstrate how that one will work in comparison to when I replace it with the new filter. So first thing I like to do is flush through the color cup. Now one thing that you'll notice is that when you're just using your tabletop cleaning station like this, you could potentially start to get it really messy, lots of water around the base. So what I like to do is pop it into a plastic container, and that way all of your water is going to trap in here and you won't have any issues with getting it all over your workbench. So again, just blast that out. Get your finger in there if you like, just give it a clean. Or you can use the Iwata washing brush. It's a rounded end brush and it fits in perfectly in there, makes cleaning nice and easy. This brush also comes as part of the cleaning kit. And I'll pop links to all of the products in the description below. So you can see there's still some fluid stuck in that colour cup. You can keep blasting it out or just tip it out like that. And you can see not much is coming through this filter. So let's see if this makes any difference at all. Pop that one in, and another flush through. And using a bit of paper towel, what I like to do, just put that into your colour cup, spin that around a couple of times. So any paint that you have on the outside that's not coming off easily, what you can do is just spray it with some Windex, and then it will take it right off, nice and easy. But you want to be using the Windex with the ammonia in it. I usually go for this one here, just the original style. So now that you've blasted everything out of the colour cup, you can still see there's a few little traces of paint, but don't worry too much about that. So what I'll do next is unscrew the handle, loosen the locking nut. You don't have to fully unscrew it, and that'll allow you to pull the needle out. And you can see how much paint has travelled up towards the back of that needle. Now, this is the way I've always cleaned my airbrush for over 20 years. So it's totally up to you if you want to do this step or not. I recommend it, as that's what I've always done. I know that a lot of people feel that it can potentially damage your airbrush, but as I have said, I've been doing this for so long, I've never had any issues, and this is how I clean all of my airbrushes, and none of them have had issues long term. So I can safely say that this method works for me, and you're more than welcome to follow along and use it. Now with the paper towel, or even using a baby wipe, works really well. Just wipe your needle carefully and wipe away from the needle, so the sharp point. You don't want to stab yourself. Trust me, that hurts. Again, if the paint's not coming off easily, you can spray a bit of Windex, that'll help. You're probably asking, why wouldn't you use then the Windex instead of airbrush cleaner? I wouldn't use it in the actual airbrush. I just spray the bits on the outside or individual items, but I don't flush it or soak it in Windex, because over time that could potentially damage your airbrush. You'll know that the needle is clean when you wipe it, and you can't see any paint residue. You can see there, that was from the first wipe, and I got some paint residue, so that needed more wiping. But now, there's no paint coming off at all. You can see it's nice and clean. So that's the needle done. Now that the needle's out, flush through the back. You can see the beauty of that tabletop cleaning station is that it contains all the overspray. If I now pull this airbrush out, you can see how much overspray comes out of the airbrush. So you're going to be breathing all that in if it's not in the holder there, and safely spraying in the cleaning station. So I always recommend using it. Works really well. You'll notice that my trigger's actually sticking a little bit as well, but I'm not going to go ahead and fix that in this video. I've got other videos which I'll put in the description that'll show you how to do that. Now, putting your needle back in once it's clean, again you can double check your needle by pushing it in, wiping it on your skin, and if it's clean, you know that you're good to go. Place it carefully back into your airbrush, and you'll feel that it seats. So you don't want to push it too hard. You'll see it coming through there at the end of the nozzle, but don't jam it too hard, because otherwise you could potentially flare your fluid nozzle, and then you need to buy a new one. That sucks because they're expensive. And now you need to remember to tighten up the locking nut. You'll know that if you've done this correctly, the needle will move back and forth. If you want more of a visual representation, then just put some water back in the colour cup and blast it out. And if it's working like that, you know it's all good. If you've left it loose, then you'll be pulling back on the trigger and nothing's happening. Now you can put your handle back on. The airbrush is now clean. The only thing left to clean is the colour cup lid. And again, I just spray that with some Windex using your paper towel. Just give that a clean. Doesn't take much. That Windex works really well. Again, if you don't want to use the Windex, just use airbrush cleaner, whatever you've got. Water will work as well, but this is just a quicker way of doing it. And there you go, nice and clean. Pop the lid back on. And I've removed my air cap, so I'll sit that back on as well. And there you have it. That's how I go about cleaning out my airbrush. And I pretty much use this method when cleaning between colors. You can also flush through, but I prefer to do this. And then that way I know it's super clean whenever I'm changing between whatever color I'm using. For a completely deep clean, meaning pulling it all apart, cleaning every single part, that takes a little bit longer, but you'll find that you won't have to do that very often. This cleaning method, if done correctly, will help you to avoid the need to do a full, complete clean all the time. So to fast track your learning, you can definitely check out our online airbrushing course at airbrushasylum.thinkific.com, or you can continue to watch some of the other videos that I've got listed here. And until next time, go grab your airbrush, do some amazing artwork yourself, and I'll see you again very, very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.